Guys, so I'm going to show you how to set up and use this 0.9 cubic feet portable washer. So I got this from Walmart, I don't know how long ago, but just to show you a difference in size. So this is the 0.9 cubic feet, and then here is a regular sized washer, and you can see the size difference on that. Well, whammy. But I'm going to show you how many clothes fit in. I'm also going to show you how to set this up. So let's get started. The first thing it comes with is your hose, your adapter, and your user manual, which I read the user manual, so you don't have to. Just kidding. You should definitely read the user manual. But yeah, so the first step, once you get your thing unpacked and you check that all the pieces are there, you're going to check your adapter. This is the hose that connects to the washer, and make sure there are little black washers in there, and yes, there are. Looks good. And then we're going to go over to the sink. So I'm just setting this up on a small faucet sink. Now your faucet's going to have what's called an aerator. So this aerator is usually attached right there, and all you want to do is twist it to the right to loosen it and to the left to tighten it. So you should be able to get it off. If you need help, then I recommend these jar openers from the 99-cent store, just to give you a little bit more traction on that. But again, you just want to turn it to the right, kind of counterintuitive if you remember that old saying, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. But yeah, that's how you loosen it. That's how these things work. So again, we're just looking. This is our adapter that we're going to install. So you can see it's got rivets on the inside and the outside. And what that means is that you can put this on a faucet that has an innie or an outie. But yeah, this fits really well. Now, if for some reason your faucet is not the right size, what you can do is you can undo your aerator, take your aerator into Home Depot, and they have measuring like washer things there where you can twist it on and find out what size you are, and you can buy these extra fancy adapters. So these will just be in the plumbing bathroom section. And the reason it's attached to a mascara thing is, oh my goodness, I had such a hard time getting this off. The only way I could get it off is with this mascara, but now it's permanently stuck to it. Well, it's a good thing I don't need it in this case. So now we're all set. We got to twist it on. Remember, we're going to twist it to the left to turn it on, and we're going to test it out by turning our water. Yep, looks good, no leaks. Now we can attach our hose. So our hose comes with a quick release adapter, and what that means is that you can leave this on permanently if you choose, and all you have to do is just hold this down, push it up, and there we go. We are secured. And I'm not going to turn the water on because this hose is just going to shoot at me, but we are going to attach this hose to the washer. So I brought our washer closer to the sink because this hose is kind of short, but you know, you could always go to Home Depot and get a longer one if you need. And again, we got the black ring in there, so we're looking good. And then you just twist this on. Now you don't want to do it too tight because, you know, eventually you do want to get it off. But just make sure it's on there snug. All right, so we got that on there snug. Now we're going to plug it into our outlet on its own with nothing else attached to the outlet. So it should be the only thing plugged in. So here is our, what do you call it, drainage hose. Now this is a lot flimsier. Now probably what I would do is, if you're going to use it in a sink like this, I would make sure that you're securing it somehow to the sink or the faucet, just to make sure if that ever gets crazy, it doesn't fall out of the sink. And this actually, you might need a pair of pliers. I used that to assist me in removing that really old, really cruddy aerator. But yeah, so we got our drain, we got our faucet, and now we got it plugged in. So now we just got to fill her up. We can test her out, turn our water on. Now this does say to use cold water, And there we go, that's a good sound. So unlike those cheaper Amazon washers, this controls the water. You're not going to have to come in and turn the water on each time you want to get a load of wash going. You can actually keep that faucet turned on. And yeah, now I'll show you how many clothes fit in this tiny 0.9 cubic feet washer. Another thing I want to mention is that you do want to have this on a sturdy piece of ground and flat level, you know. I don't know where you're going to put your portable washer, but that's also in the user manual. But also don't forget to just read through the user manual, because you never know, I may forget things to tell you. But so we've got a pretty large towel, and this is a king size sheet. It's going in there as well. And yeah, that's it, that's full. It actually recommends not filling it more than 3/4 of the way up. And when you fill your washer, I think you already know this, but you should just let your clothes fall in. You never want to compress them, because your clothes are not going to get washed if they're just stuffed in there. Yeah, so that's what fits in here. We got a king size sheet and one pretty good towel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this fill up with water before I add my detergent. What I mean is, you don't want to compress the clothes down just to fit more, because if you overfill your washer, your clothes are not going to get clean. Now the next thing it says is to use HE laundry detergent. Now this is about the cheapest laundry detergent you can find. I got this from Walmart for about $5.97. And now even this one's HE, so that's what you need right there. All that means is it's basically low setting. So you're going to use the number 1 on here, and that's the smallest. That's for a small load. And you don't really want to use more detergent than that, because otherwise it's not going to come out very clean. So I'm going to wait until it fills up with water and then add that detergent in. So, like we already showed before, we do have our water hooked up, and we got our water on. So we're going to turn it on. Woohoo, it works. And look at this, the heavy duty cycle is 41 minutes long. Now that's about an average cycle length for a washing machine. Now it does say the very first time you set up and use your washer, you put it on rinse and spin, and just test those settings out. But you know, I'm a risk taker, so let's switch it. We're gonna hit the program button till we get to normal, and again that's 41. Let's just see what rapid is. Okay, rapid's 19 minutes long. Soak is 39 minutes, heavy 41. Gentle 52, but that's great that you have a gentle cycle so you can watch some of your delicate clothes. And let me tell you guys, this is amazing for doing a small load of delicates. So I'm putting that on normal, and then our load size is small is 1, medium 2, 3 large. We have large, that's correct. And now we're gonna hit our start button, and pray to God, we don't have a leak. There we go. See, it feels, oops. The reason it's giving you that error is because I have the lid open. That error is only because I have the lid open. But yeah, you can see the water. No, you cannot see. The water runs right down through there. And yeah, I had this set up in a spare bathroom at one point. And it was really nice because nobody used the spare bathroom, so I could just have this set up all the time, and had the water, well, I shut the water off, you know, in between uses, but for the most part it was in its own little bathroom. And now that's all set up, and that's gonna wash. I can't say enough good things about a portable washer. In general, it only uses between $5 and $10 of energy a year, and I got into the habit when I was using this and I didn't have a full-size washer of just doing 1 load a day, and I was able to keep up with my laundry. And like I said, the amazing thing about these is you can do really small loads. So you could do, if you only had like a few t-shirts, Really want a t-shirt cleaned and you don't want to go all the way to the laundromat and pay $1.50 for the wash cycle? Well, you don't have to with this one. And again, we're not altering anything. We haven't like redesigned anything. We just attach this to the faucet, and once we're done with this, I'm going to show you how easy it is to unattach and de-set up. You could, I don't see why you couldn't hide this in your rental if you're renting from an apartment. Put it in a closet. Your landlord will never know you even have it. Although I don't really see any reason why they would dislike you having it unless you used it improperly. It really doesn't use any more energy than a hairdryer. In fact, I think a hairdryer uses more. But I'm just going to let this go and we'll come back and check on it once it's done. But after we're done washing it, I'm going to show you the portable dryer. There it is in action. See what I mean by this comes out like a hurricane? You can also put this in your toilet, and that's another way to drain it, or you can put it in your bathtub or your shower. Any place that's got a big enough basin so that when it pours out that fast like you just saw, it's not going to overflow on the sink. So if you got one of those tiny baby sinks, that might not be a good solution for this. And we're filling up again with water. Yeah, before I didn't have the water turned up all the way, so it was kind of measly, but you can see how good it is now. And we're back, and it's all spun out. It actually shut itself off because it's been so long. I had to go set up the dryer. And yeah, so I went and got my mini laundry basket just to fit with the theme. And you can see it dried it all really well. I'm touching this, and this feels very wrung out. It feels like I could probably line dry it, but why line dry it when you have a portable dryer? Now, if I could only choose one product, I'd probably get the washer. I have gotten a clothes dryer, like a line. You guys know what I'm talking about? This is the Lint Trap. Make sure you clean that out every so often. See, it's not too full. But, you know those drying racks? I guess that's what they're called. But I have dried my clothes on drying racks. And after about a few days of that, I was like, I miss fluffy towels. But yeah, that's about it. So, we'll turn our water off. Turned our water off. Put our Lint Trap back. There's also a trap in the back. You know, I used it for a good 4 months and cleaned out the trap in the back. There's absolutely nothing in it. So we got our water turned off. Now, here's what you need to know. When you release this, there is water still in this hose. So it's gonna get you. Oh yeah, we can unplug it. So, what you can do is take a small towel, t-shirt or whatever, and all we're going to do is we're going to push down on this white thing and it's going to release itself from this. Okay, so I'm going to cover it. We're going to pull down. See, you heard it, right? You heard the water come out just a tiny bit, not a lot. And then we can go ahead and untwist this. Let me see. To the right is loosens. And there we go. Now we'll just put our aerator back on. Twist that to the left to tighten it. And get this out of the way. And get my shirt out of the way. Make sure we got it plugged in. Oh, we got leaks. That's okay. But I just didn't twist it on correctly. Yeah, these things are really great. These rubber things. Okay. Not too tight. Test it again. And there we go. It's like your landlord will never know what you did. You know what I mean? And then we'll just go hide our machine somewhere. Now it's going to have a little bit of water in it, just in the bottom. You can kind of hear it if I lift it. Yep. Oh yeah, this hose has got water in it. So what I do is I try to drain what I can. Pick both these up carefully. Pick both these up carefully. And I just put them right down in the basin. And they'll drain a little bit in there, but that's fine. And then let that dry out. I live in the desert, so this will actually dry out. If you don't live in the desert, then you might want to get a towel and go ahead and wipe that up. But yeah, here in the desert, this stuff will dry out in a couple hours probably. All right, so let's take our clothes. Yeah, we're all done. Let's all, now that this is unattached, you can, the little handles are right there, and on this side they are right there. This is 45 pounds, but they do sell boards with wheels on them that you could put underneath it and just wheel it around your apartment or house. I just carry it. 45 pounds is like, it's really not that heavy at all. But yeah, I leave the lid open just so it can properly dry out. And yeah, now I'll go show you the dryer. Okay, so here is the Magic Chef. I believe it's 1.5 cubic feet compact dryer, and that's the model number right there. And you can see drying capacity 5.5 pounds, which this is probably about 5 pounds. And you can see it's kind of a small dryer, you know, but this definitely fits everything that we just had in the washer. And yeah, this is even simpler than the washing machine, because literally all you have to do is plug it into an outlet again, like we did with the washer. And this has a ground outlet on it as well. And just for extra precaution, I shut all my major appliances off. Like, I'm not gonna run a dishwasher and the washing machine and the dryer and a hair dryer all at once. I just do one major appliance at a time, just to be extra safe. So what we'll do is I will put the clothes in here. Well, I shouldn't say clothes, it's actually it's a sheet, a towel, and then a little dish towel. That dish towel is from the 99-cent store, and it's not very good. I'll tell you, it looked like this the day I got it. But it's really good for cleaning up wet stuff. So yeah, I've seen other people put tennis balls or those, you know, those dryer balls in there. And you saw it already has a dryer sheet. But yeah, you just put it in, close it up. Now if you're gonna wash a sheet, every 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you do want to take it out and shake it out, just to make sure it hasn't rolled into a ball. But yeah, it's got two settings. It's got high heat and low heat. So I always use the high heat, and you can see high heat is pressed in, low heat is pressed out. So that's low heat, this is high heat. And you've got the timer settings. So these are all in minutes. And then this is kind of a air dry. This green part is air dry. And these are your different, let me get that out of the way. This is hot, so if you want it really hot, you put it on 200 minutes. We're just gonna do 60 minutes. And it starts right up. And there we go, it's a rolling. You can't see anything, but you know, you can hear it. You can see me. Hi, Harry. But you can hear this one, it's not very loud. It's not as loud as a big dryer. And even with the washer, again, these are so quiet. I don't think anyone above or below would even notice that you weren't just running a dishwasher, you know? Now this does have the exhaust in the back, and this blows the air out. Now this is not required because of its small capacity to be connected to an outdoor vent. If you wanted to, you could buy one of those vent attachments. They're like the little metal vents, and you could have that sticking outside your door. Now, here's what I want to tell you. This is humid air. Not super humid, but it is humid. So if you live in a very wet climate where your room doesn't dry out, that might be an issue and you might want to connect it to the outside. But again, like I said, I'm in such a dry climate that a little moisture in the room is actually good. But you can also stick some pantyhose on this just as an extra air filter. It's all done, which it's not all done, but let me just skip ahead to the ending for you so we can say goodbye on this video. This is your filter right here. So all you're gonna do is twist to the left and pull that off. And these you can buy. These come with replacements. They just catch your lint. This is your lint trap. Now that just goes to the outside. But this is a spinning drum. This drum does spin. I think I didn't mention that. And it says it weighs about 35 pounds. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like it weighs more like 25, but maybe that's just because I was lifting that washer. So to secure it, you twist it to the right. Oops, I think I'm doing it too many times. And that's snug, but you can see the drum spins. I mean, this is a really good product for, you know, being able to just set up anywhere and have a washer and dryer anywhere you go. Please hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video.